Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Zara and today I'm going to be talking about some books that I've unhauled. I don't typically unhaul books, it's just not really the thing that I do because I generally am quite intentional in what I buy, and I'm quite lucky that I generally like a lot of what I buy, and if I like what I read then I tend to keep it. But I did unhaul a few books in December, and some of them I sold online, some of them I passed on to friends, and I think a few I also took to a charity shop. But these are all books that for one reason or another I got rid of. So let's go through the list. I think there's about 10 on here. So let's jump in. The first one we have, or the first two that we have, are by the same author, and that is Neverwhere by Neil Gaiman, and also Fragile Things by Neil Gaiman. I didn't really like Neverwhere. I thought the first half had a lot of promise, but then it just dragged and I just didn't like it. Like, I didn't really connect with the characters enough to really care about them. Yeah, I just didn't care. And Fragile Things is a collection of short stories. I don't tend to read short stories. I don't know why. I don't feel like I get enough from them. And so because I didn't have the greatest experience with Neverwhere, I decided to offload this one as well. The next one we have is a historical fiction series called The Wolf Den by Elodie Harper. It was an okay book, you know. I gave it a 3.25 or 3.5 stars, which is, you know, pretty average for me. But it's not one of those books that I'm like dying to keep and dying to read again. Like, I will never read it again. I may read the second book, which I have on ebook. I know the third book came out, I think, towards the end of last year, and maybe I will finish it off. But I don't know, I wasn't wowed. So I thought, let's remove it. The next one I unhauled was The Court of Broken Knives by Anna Smith Spark. I think for me, this is probably one of the most disappointing ones because this is a series that I really wanted to love, and I genuinely thought this might have the potential to become a favourite, but I just did not like the writing style. I think Anna Smith Spark is very talented. She's very lovely because we interacted on Twitter before. She seems like a really lovely person. But for some reason, this writing style just did not gel with me. I liked a lot of what she was trying to do in the narrative, but the writing itself was the thing that put me off. I do have books 2 and 3 and I have kept them for now because maybe on a rainy day I will read them sometime. I'm not sure though, and I will, you know, I think maybe I will probably unhaul them at some point. I am going to read her new book though because I think that one will gel with me a lot better, but we'll see. The next one I unhauled was The Secret History by Donna Tartt. Yeah, I don't, you know, I think when I read it, I quite enjoyed it. I gave it a 4 stars, I think. But like, upon reflection, there's a lot of issues with that book. And I'm not going to go into what they are now, but I don't know. I do remember getting like an icky feeling when I was reading that book for some reason. And I don't think I ever talked about it. I don't know why, but I do vaguely remember not feeling right with some of the stuff that the author does in the book. And, you know, I have no desire to ever read that book ever again, so I decided to get rid of it. The next we have is Parable of the Sower by Octavia E. Butler. I didn't like it. You know, I loved Kindred. I thought it was amazing. I think I gave this one like a 3 or a 3.25, which again is not bad by any means, but I just thought it was a really missed opportunity. I didn't like the way that it was written. It felt very disjointed. It felt very different to Kindred, which was very intimate and like so well written. You know, I read that book in like a day. But this one, it was a slog to get through. I just did not enjoy it. Didn't like it. Next one we have, well, the next two we have are not going to be a surprise to anybody. We have Jade City and Jade War by Fonda Lee. Hated this series. Do not understand why everybody and their mother loves it. Like, genuinely don't get it. And I got rid of it for that exact reason. So managed to sell it off to someone. So at least I managed to get some money back. Then we also have the Red Rising trilogy by Pierce Brown. I sold those two because, again, another really hype series, and I don't get it. Like, I think at the time that I read it, I really bought into the hype. But upon reflection, like, I don't think those books are that amazing. Like, I just really don't get the hype. So I ended up selling those off too. Then we have 2 more. We have Daisy Jones and the Six by Taylor Jenkins Reid. You know, I quite enjoyed The 7 Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I think it was quite a well-written book. I remember reading it in like half a day or something. I was like addicted to it. Like, I thought it was really good. But the types of things that Taylor Jenkins Reid writes about are stuff that I just don't really care to read in my writing anymore. So I just decided to get rid of Daisy Jones and the Six because I know I'm not going to care. So I just got rid of it. And last but not least, I got rid of this one just because I have a duplicate copy of it, and that is The Wolf of the Plains by Con Iggulden. I have the full paperback set of the 5 books. I managed to, I think my brother or somebody else got me the hardback one of the first book, and I just didn't need it because I have the full paperback set. So I managed to unhaul that. So yeah, that's it. I mean, there's not tons. Like I said, I rarely do unhauls. I like when I do them, it's because, you know, I either really dislike the book or I just don't think I'm going to reread it or like lend it to anyone. So that's why I ended up getting rid of those. Let me know down below if you've unhauled any books. I think it's good to do it every now and then to kind of clear up the bookshelves, recycle, all of that fun stuff. And yeah, let me know down below. I'll see you in the comments, folks. Thanks for watching. Stay safe, take care, and I'll see you in the next video.